should. That this world was made of this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed, just to let it all out, what's in my head. And I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? I said, hey, what's going on? And I try, oh my God, do I try all the time in this institution, and I pray, oh my God, do I pray every single day for revolution. What's going on? Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? Years, 38, 39, 40 maybe. And my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. Has a little bit too much of a sense of finality the way it normally ends. Certainly no sense of finality to my current feeling of what's going on? Hey, what the fuck? Back when that song came out, those were the days, man. When people thought, at least in this country, we were actually so naive to think that other people in the rest of the world wanted the world to be a better place. Fancy that. So we're now entering the next phase of brokedom, thanks to my phenomenal tenacity for just being too different of a person. You know, not that I could blend in when I had to, but just the lesser of two evils. I don't even have the option to go try to get a job as a used car salesman. I guess that's fate. I don't know. I just researched comps on one of my patents. It's literally like $40 million just sitting there. Anybody want to make it? Anybody? How fucking stupid can people be? You unsuppress my shit. Help me get an investor. Send me a little $1 PayPal message. Yeah. I'm the one who repented. Let me get a fucking investor. See if I'll send you a bankroll. You wanna do a deal? Let's do a deal. I'll give you a tenth of the first year earnings off of that. Profits. Net. Not gross. Now I could go and try to sell this one fucking patent. I'd go try to give it away for easy money. Imagine if you knew the guy who invented Fix-A-Flat, Fux-A-Flat, whatever floats your boat or fixes your flat. Imagine being the person who helped them fund their patent. Imagine being their partner in on that patent. How rich you'd be today. How rich you would have been as soon as that shit started getting produced. It would have just been like the payday of a lifetime. Just, oh look, there's just gonna be people sending me money now. Like I have to do anything? No, they're just gonna be sending me money because I made a good choice. I'm just waiting for somebody to make a good choice so that people can be sending them money for the rest of their lives. But YouTube has made it impossible for somebody to just be sent money. Huh. Meanwhile, there are some other of my less gimmicky and profitable inventions that are, more on the less gimmicky and still plenty profitable. That could be saving lives. So, by suppressing me, you're basically murdering people. Congratulations. But anyways, I was hoping to wait for some actual viewers before I got into a little bit of gratification as far as an entire research study being made into, as of 3 years ago, one of the TED Talks that's posted. This guy wrote a book about the different Magdalenian era, turns out, white tribes all across the world. And all of the stories that I've told line up perfectly with this map. Just everywhere that they should be, based on everywhere that I told y'all that we went. Everywhere that I told you that we were, Amazing. And that's the map that should be the icon of this video, unless of course YouTube just took the liberty of deleting it. They probably will now that I pointed out what it was. Because that's the kind of bullshit that I gotta deal with. And if you think that sounds like I'm a crazy person, you're just a fucking idiot. So, yeah. You're the reason why the world is so fucked up, because of clueless people like you, not understanding who's actually fucking the world up. You think it's America, you think it's your own government, you think it's the Illuminati, maybe it's aliens, huh? No, it's the fucking Russians, dumbass. Always has been. And they're the one who put those ideas in your head to begin with. That's not exactly clean. Make the view a little shinier. There we go. Much better. So, oh, I like that. It's just going to focus for a second and then refuse to. Because, this is so fucking confusing. So, from ancient Kemet to the throne of the Cattle King, to his land in the west and his land in the south, to the second river to the north, to the coast, to the Philippines, to Japan, some north, some south, to Brunei Island, then New Zealand. Then to South America, and then Central America. And then there is the wandering tribe that had escaped from the north to the north, that separated us from us on the ice bridge north of Japan. That would be that northern left star up there. Every last bit of my story is on that map, except for Magdelinia proper, which was the Celtic Empire, or Magdalenia, or Thrace, Noahic Thrace. And whoever just logged on for a second and didn't want to hear that, you're the equivalent of a child holding their ears and going, la la la, I'm not listening. Congratulations, you're a fucking idiot. And for you, because of you, by your ignorance, the world will burn. You know how I know? Because it already has. Because that is a world that existed before you burned it. Your kind, the people like you, the people in power over you, the very same fucking people, destroyed that world. You want to know what Atlantis was? You're looking at it. That is the Lantean Empire. An empire of peace and democracy. An empire of the children of God Almighty. The very children of God and Goddess, genetically, physically, and spiritually. You have removed yourselves from God as a parent removed from their child by sheer rebellion, denying your inheritance and seeking to take from others what God has already given all of you. You're welcome. And go fuck yourselves. You know why those white people aren't there anymore? Because they were hunted to extinction, that's why. By some other race that we can blame? What color people did that to the poor white people? No. By those who would assimilate all cultures and destroy what they could not understand. Which is why they destroyed us. They could not find a way to overcome us. Our influence. not away. And I know today's gonna be the day. 'Cause today it's gonna be another bad day. Lord, it's gonna be another bad day. Lord, it's gonna be another bad day. Lord, the light shine on me today. Someday, but today ain't that day. Black sky rising, dark clouds on my head, and the storms keep coming, and they're gonna rain on me till I'm dead. Lord, they ain't gonna let me rest my head. Gonna keep raining till I'm dead. In my bed. And that's how I know it's gonna be a bad day. Oh, it's gonna be such a bad day. I don't know if my life can keep going this way. Gonna get on my knees and pray. Fucking battery went dead on the thing while I was trying to do the stuff. I always like make up different words to that song. Yeah. Danny just made them up to fucking begin with. That's not one of the words. That was more of a bridge. Anyways. Yeah, I like that song. That was a cool one. Just got high and started playing, and that's what came out one day. We were recording at the time, so it just kind of became a song. We have 5 recordings that I've been playing on the Mirrors album that just either started that way, or the recording that we have is that recording, or we just put my little microphone in the middle, rolled a joint, lit it up, hit record. And by a joint, I mean like a joint for everybody. Yeah, 1 joint per person. I just, simplified it. Oversimplified it. As opposed to now where I'm over-explaining it. Anyways. I can't believe I still can't find my fucking guitar strings. Playing this tiny little acoustic and I can't play any lead guitar. I went up there on that high bend and it just wasn't even there. It wasn't even happening. Like, surely that would have made a noise on a fucking real guitar. Thudded out. Couldn't get the string down in time and Anyways. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Ah, what fucking chord. Where's the guitar pick? I had one. The one. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one I had. The one. Fuck. That's not the one. That's A1, it's just the wrong one. Found the one that was actually light enough. All these bullshit heavy picks. Like, what the fuck? These are the picks they sell to beginners. Suck. You know, holding a cigarette in the same hand is probably making it more difficult, but yeah. I blame the pick. Let's see. No pick. No cigarette. Now I'm missing flesh on my cuticle. Yeah. Oh, that stings a little. Oh, 2 baby stelbatellas on the top tank. 2 baby stelbatellas go around the outside. Right. Sorry. Speaking of trailer park girls, I thought of another, probably more wide market oriented way of helping rehab Detroit. And really, it's something that, I don't want to wait till I can do it. It's actually just a good plan for anybody who's got the money and the team to make it happen. And that's why I don't think I should keep it to myself, because team building is going to be a lengthy part of the process for anybody who wants to get into this. But it's sort of a dual revenue / philanthropic agenda. So communities are usually built, housing communities, developments, as they call it, in clusters. And typically there'll be sort of a singular or a couple of different entrances to the little neighborhood that gets built. And these range between, 50, 100, 150, up to 300 houses in one of these type of developments. Okay. But often enough, it is a multiple of 50 or a similar workable number. But I'm just going to use 50 as an example. So let's see here. I have a figure drawn somewhere. I got new paper that I could draw on. So I did stuff. All right. It's all zoomed in. Okay, it's just not necessary. So here you have just a general representation of a community, 50 houses around it. A lot of the ones in rural areas will be built with sort of a non-developed area. Sometimes there is a developed area between the road, and sometimes there'll be multifamily houses right here, like in Houston developments. But this is just sort of a generic representation, and there's different ways that everything I'm about to say can apply to different permutations of this kind of setup, okay? 50 houses for 10 buyers, okay? Those 10 buyers are to be selected based upon their alternate profession, okay? So they need to be people interested in house flipping who are also business management level people who can run one of each 10 businesses: auto repair, mini grocer, diner, restaurant of some sort, cafe of some sort, hair and nail salon, gifts and books, a gas station, appliance, electronics, etc., hardware and garden center, and a daycare. These 10 businesses will be set up at the periphery, with the noisiest and busiest to the external corners. That would be the automotive shop and the gas station. Towards the interior, you have the daycare. Less traffic, higher purchase per volume towards the interior. That'd be the hardware and the garden center and the appliance and electronics center. So each buyer to be part-time small business owner, hopefully with a minimum wage employee, either taken from the pool of teenage children or from the surrounding area. To be assigned 2 homes, 1 to live in, 1 to flip, and 1 to convert into a business. In Detroit, you have basically $1 houses that are purchasable at $1, contingent upon you agree you have a certain time frame in which to invest $38,000. Okay. What this totals up to get all those houses done is, I think it was 1.41 million or 1.14 million. Okay. 1.14 million. Okay, to recoup 30 at 38,000 a piece, just as a generic number. Then, if you sell the flips, okay, they live in 1 and flip 1. If those can market for 114,000, you're breaking even already. Okay, but the idea is from there to then flip the remainder of the houses. Those people having, refurbished their own and the one next to it, those get flipped for money. Then each one of those people gets to take over 1. Each one of the other people gets to take over 1. And what you have is basically this business owner will own these 2, live in 1, flip the other. This business owner will own these 2, live in 1, flip the other. When these houses are done, when this one's flipped, this guy flips 1, that guy flips 1. So basically, intuitive vetting of ownership, people who want to make money flipping 1 or more houses, starting them off in a community that has the pillars to support it, okay? Which is basically dividing up what Walmart already fucking replaced to destroy those communities to begin with. So, fuck you, Walmart, and you're welcome, everyone else. That's the plan. Go get it done. Anyways, so that was in addition to my actual resort and like combination industrial resort things. Basically, they're not even like, the other things I have planned aren't like McJobs, they're like Jobistan, okay? Like, okay, if you can't, in the early stages of your model, get to where you can just pay people to stand around and help customers, not for commission, just to fucking help them. If you don't have a Walmart greeter or equivalent, you don't have a model that can compete today. Sorry. And that's my standard. See, I don't think people really understood the fucking caliber of person they were dealing with when they read the Easy Reapers plan. They don't understand how much stuff I have going in there, how many jobs that creates. Just a bunch of selfish pricks. Not to mention how minimalistic and safe my projections were. I was trying to be safe. So here's the guaranteed numbers. You can use your imagination to figure out how fucking much money we could make. Anyway, so thanks to whoever stopped by and gave me the link. Appreciate that. Let me know there was a real person, I guess. Always nice to know that occasionally real people do notice or get notified. That the whole, little mentorship meeting on how to save the world has begun, and people should be fucking watching. How would I know how to save the world? I've just been, warning about the things that have been going wrong with it before they happen, pointing out all the nuanced causes before anybody else realizes the basics of them. But do they need my help for the nuances? No. Oh, they're just going to follow the money there. Oh, yeah, because there's a money trail to everything, sure. You're dealing with the fucking military. Some of these people just take orders. Their money is their survival back home. You're not going to find it here. But anyways, see, that plan right there, it shouldn't be up to a fucking government to do that. That's just what I'm talking about, how people have gotten so lazy about being stewards. They just think they can play around with money. Oh, what am I going to do with all my money? Let me call Merrill Lynch. Let me call JP Morgan. Let me invest. Let me call my financial advisor. No, man. Find a need and fill it. Make some fucking money. Don't just put your money somewhere to help inflation, and you get to pull it out with inflation. You feel like you've increased money because inflation, basically. That's all you're doing with those little fucking market accounts. You're just killing the economy. That's all you're doing. You're tying up money into non-productive bullshit. Tying up money for other people to trade around with more money. Here's what you do. Go to Realtor.com. Look up land and commercial properties. Just go on a map view, satellite view. Your area, an area that you like, an area that you used to live, the area your mama's from. And just go look at the fucking things that are for sale. The businesses, the former businesses, the land, the buildings, the houses. Oh, there's a bunch of cheap houses. I wonder what happened to them. Can I do something to fix that? What's wrong with this area? Why is the crime so high? Half these houses are abandoned. There's good infrastructure there. There's benefits here, but it's just been kind of forgotten about. From pawn shops to liquor stores to all kinds of different things that you can do to invest. If you just think more on the community level, you could make these a good thing.
pawn shops and liquor stores can help build a community? Yeah. When it's a local investor, not a foreign funded, you know, basically family of capital imperialists. They don't want to actually become citizens and pay the money here. They want to send the money back home. Fuck you, man. Like, okay, I'm all about immigration. I'm all about immigration. I love immigrants. Okay, I love people of other cultures. Love them. Don't just accept them. I love them. But you don't come to my fucking country, make money off of my advantages, my taxes, my people, what they've built, and the people who've come here and assimilated like me, because I'm just a fucking immigrant too. We're all immigrants here. And be a leech, a literal, an actual leech off society. Not a poor person, not a disabled person, not a homeless person, not a beggar, but somebody who actually takes and then sends it away. Especially when they find the fucking best way to do it without paying taxes and shit on it. Shouldn't be taking money out of the economy that you go to. You want to go somewhere, unless you're a spy, unless you're an infiltrator, unless you're basically some form of attack on that country, you should assimilate into that country and help build the wealth of that country. For you should believe in that country and should therefore want to make that country strong to defend you. But if you want to make that country weak, if you're just a part of a fucking plot, then yeah, you would send your money back home. Because you don't really give a fuck about America. You're just there to use it. Fuck you. Fuck that. That's bullshit. Nobody should be coming here sending money back home. And the only exception to that should be migrant fucking field workers. And it's pretty obvious why. You want to come somewhere and live there while you work and then go back home with your money? By all means. What you're doing is exactly what people have done for thousands of years, and it's perfectly acceptable. But to go somewhere and set up shop and then funnel money back home, fuck you. You can spot these people. Because you think they got these giant fucking families. If you get to know them, you find out, these guys not really, he's actually my cousin, kind of. Really, it's my mom's friends, or my dad, you know. They all speak the same language, they all from the same country. Yeah, they all in on the same con. And without college degrees, without fucking busier schedules, without harder work than any fucking Americans around them, they somehow wind up, you know, nice cars, jewelry, big expensive weddings. Trump country club memberships. Trump's got far too much in common with those kind of people. And does far too much business with them. Think of how easy it is to gain insider trading type advantages as a secret foreign agent. Come here and participate in the American economy with a level of information not available to American civilians. Coming in the form of a tip from your cousin Bobby. That Bobby bin Laden? Yeah, Bobby bin Laden. Anyway. Oh, my fucking head's starting to hurt. I've got one round of cookies left. And then I'm broke and starving. I got one row of cookies left. Like I said, it would have been nice if my wife told me that we didn't pay rent yet. I would have just made it an absolute priority. I would have razzled dazzled. I would, like that much motivation. When you're a married man, when you're a father, when you hear the rent ain't getting paid, it don't matter how messed up the situation is, how bad the house falls apart, how much emotionally she can't handle it or whatever. Fuck that, I'm going back to work. Because I get tired of hearing all the just lack of gumption. Just missed opportunities. I don't want to. Oh, fuck. Oh, I miss being able to actually work. And the shit situations that I found myself in. I could deal with them a hell of a lot better. But what's more is, I go somewhere and I'm just naturally put into some sort of leadership position. It's just how I am. Only I don't fake my way in and then fuck off. I perform. And now we are shit flat broke, man. Cut up on rent with what normally is like a survival check. I've just been like holding on to cigarettes for 10 minutes at a time before I light them now. I would have known we hadn't paid rent. I'd have been doing that for weeks now. Like, I know how to drastically cut back and conserve when it's really getting out of hand. That's really out of hand. Not paying rent. That's really out of hand. I should have known about that. I don't get this one. But anyway. If anybody wants to help me get rich, all you gotta do is start ranting and raving to everybody you know about how cool it would be to help one of those fucking inventors get their patent before they ever get started. I have things with an equivalent market share to fix a flat, Lysol, the personal computer. And really just the fix a flat one, that's fucking, really, I mean, can nobody understand how, like, a completely different way of just making a tire function again with a whole lot more damage than fix a flat. Just as easy, just as fucking easy as fix a flat. Package is 16 cubic inches larger, or 1 inch on the side, basically. Has a longer shelf life too, by the way. And I got Russians sitting there trying to figure out what I'm talking about. Oh, they're trying to figure it out so bad. They're trying to steal my patent from me so fucking bad. That's the bullshit I gotta deal with. Fucking cowards. Thieves. Murderers. Oh, people want to fucking criticize. Oh, the way I talk. Oh, the way I present myself. Yeah, go fuck yourself, you ignorant piece of shit. You see somebody burning down your own house and you wouldn't even have the fucking balls to kill them. I see somebody burning my house down, I'm gonna fucking kill them. Kill them. Ain't no decapacitate them, wait for the fucking police to come. No, they just tried to murder my entire family. They're dead. And I look around and I see all these people in this situation. There's people trying to burn your fucking house down, people. And y'all ain't even willing to call the cops. Y'all ain't even willing to make a note of it. Y'all ain't even willing to get out of bed. Fucking house is burning down. Beam's about to hit you in the face. And all you swipe right. Like, that's where I'm at. I'm ready to kill the motherfucker who's trying to burn down our house. And dislike. Not even willing to call the police. Not even willing to report shit that they... Not even willing to notice. Not even willing to suspect. Just, must be a crappy product, huh? No, your shit's being hacked by Russia all the time. Okay. Here's the deal, folks. Shut up. Basically, to say that Russia isn't behind shit is to say that the CIA has just been unbridledly fucking with its own citizenry. And just can't seem to get enough of it. Just they're evil. Oh, the CIA must be evil. And the reason why has been illustrated in case studies throughout the internet, YouTube, video, books even. Entire documentaries on major networks regarding aliens, and secret societies, and cover-ups, and blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the deal. Russian propaganda, Russian propagandists, Russian intelligence services, Russian counterintelligence, foreign intelligence services have historically taken great interest in spreading such stories. However, these stories are given credence by what happens to activists. Okay? When you become an activist, when you become interested in what the CIA is doing and shit like that, things can get rather hokey. To say the least. You might feel like your phone's tapped. You might feel like, these days, like your computer's malfunctioning or your phone is malfunctioning. You're being shadow banned. You're being monitored. Well, is it more likely that the CIA has nothing better to do and just has such a tremendous excess of budget that they're just fucking with you at random? Explain the reason for that. Explain the agenda for that. Explain why that is cost effective. Explain what purpose there is in that. Or consider that the Russians might be hacking the shit out of you to make you paranoid against your own government for the same reason that they thought it was cost effective to spread that propaganda to begin with. Why conquer a country when you can turn its own citizens against their government? That's cost effective. That has a purpose. And what you're talking about is arguing against Occam's razor, if you want to believe the bullshit that's on every other channel. There is no other truth than that truth. That's why I'm here. That's why it's just me and Lacey. And YouTube uses the same metrics, algorithms, capabilities, and people to suppress me as they do to make other people paranoid. So the same people that are suppressing me right now, the same people that come in and troll me to harass me, are actually the ones that reinforce the propaganda that I speak against on a normal basis. Because it's that rare for someone to, like me, basically commit themselves to debunking the propaganda and to making people aware of its effects. But by all means, don't go telling people. Kind of pisses me off. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry for being Jesus. Kiss my ass. Anyways. So speaking of me getting no respect and no credit, I found some competition. Or I found my competition. No. So, there are people doing modular component buildings, but like I said, I have a more luxurious value building type process that doesn't involve fucking styrofoam. And it appears that my competitors, or the competing, built quickly model, is just another, we're going to use styrofoam type deal. And to fill in the seams, they shove bits of plywood in, apparently. Look at that. It's total shit. Look at our competition, brother. It's total shit. It's a giant fucking beer cooler, basically, with sawdust on the outside. I was going to use OSB on the underside of some non-visible shit. Non-structural, basically just removable paneling. And then I realized, I'm using twice the thickness of plywood everywhere else already. Why don't I just use some normal plywood here? So I just put some thin sheathing on it. which is good because it's, you know, I can actually use the thinnest sheathing I can find. Talking about underneath, because it's going to be fiberglass reinforced, anyways. So, the quick manufacturing processes I'm coming up with are pretty great too. Not spending a lot of money on equipment, but like just finding ways to be more efficient. So Neville, I'm starting to get pissed, man. I've got a patent that I could just like start calling up companies and trying to sell it to. And I don't want to do that because I've got an entire branding mechanism and a series of supportive products and alternate products. And basically, I need to have those products ride this product's coattails to be viable in the market. Does that make sense? Like floodproof products, especially. You know, like if I can make floodproof products, floodproofing products, um, based around the same brand as a fix a flat level product. Oh, and I like how many possibilities that leaves, so people have no idea what I'm talking about still. Yeah, cool. Yeah, good. You can invent one of the 15 things that I just thought of, but I'll just stick to my one little invention because I like the name of it that I came up with. But I'm seriously like, okay. I have one page right there, just one page out of many, 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 many pages out of like 153 such pages. One page that if I had the money, I would easily pay $6 million right now for that piece of paper. Okay? All I want is to just find somebody who wants to make one decision and for the rest of their lives have someone sending them money. Lots and lots of fucking money. And I don't understand how hard it is to find somebody with basically the price of a home, okay? Who wants to, you know, say, have that much money sent back to them every month for the rest of their lives. Or until people stop using tires. But you know, I think that's a pretty, you know, all the little fancy fucking technologies that they come out with. Let me put it this way. If Goodyear thought they were viable, we'd be using them. And I don't just mean like a good tech as it performs in the small tests. Okay. If Goodyear, and you know, like, I think my problem is I know so much about business and process and marketing and everything. So, like, if it was just some random engineer who could barely fucking talk to people, my inventions would probably get bought quicker. But because I'm actually a fucking pitch man, it sounds like I'm just making a pitch. Okay. I don't know. That's my only other rationalization. But so if Goodyear decided that these little, you know, like the little honeycomb bending type all-in-one wheels were cost-effective, materials-effective, and would make customers happy, that they would last under tough conditions and shit like that, right. I can see that. But, you know, somebody made fucking Fix-A-Flat, didn't they? How many good ideas I got to give away? How many ways I got to demonstrate how well I understand things? You know, it just pisses me off. So, if Goodyear thought that those honeycomb tires could be produced with a materials cost that could be profitable, that could keep customers happy enough at that price, whatever the price was, and I would think that they'd be more expensive to manufacture than tires, then we would have switched over to those, not tires by now. But I think tires are going to be around for a while because they work really well. Especially nowadays. Like, have you noticed ever since the Firestone epidemic or whatever back in the day? Remember the Firestone tires on the Ford Explorers and all? Ever since then, tire technology itself has gotten really good. It's becoming more and more rare that people just have a blowout for no reason. PPP. PPG. You see, the thing is, like I said, the spare tire thing. I keep going back to it because it's one of them things that it's like you'd see it on the fucking infomercial and you'd be like, oh well, fuck, why didn't I think of that? It really is one of those things, you know. So I don't even want to, you know, tell whether it's a fucking plant mineral or vegetable. You're like, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna give away the slightest inkling of what it is. But I can imagine what people would first assume, and they're wrong. Maybe. See, it's stressful. It's just stressful. I know. I fucking take a pinky if it doesn't work. Okay. I'd risk a body part. Yeah, that's how. It's like, I don't know what kind of invention, like the pencil, you know, like just it's like this thing, and you put these things together and it works. You know, I don't know. Like, it's like shoes, you know. Put some rubber on the bottom with some leather and fucking lace it around your foot and walk on it. You know, it fucking works. It can only go so wrong, you know. Look, in 1998, I gave myself a fucking splitting migraine and decided that I no longer wanted to program again because I was making an applet in Java, not an applet, just an app. Okay, with a mini applet that could be called up by a web program in this website, complete website that I'd programmed in HTML and JavaScript for, in 1998, Bromart online grocery ordering. Bromart, the grocery store I worked for. Online grocery ordering. they said it'll never catch on. You order, and you come, and we got ready for you, and you take it home. Sound familiar? 20 years later? They've been doing it since 2015. I didn't just invent the concept, I wrote the fucking app. It's the only time I ever programmed a shopping cart. It's the only time I ever will program a shopping cart. Because fuck that. It was shortly after that that they started making things like Post Nuke and all kinds of just easy stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm doing all this hard work, and no, it's not fair. Like I just learned to do actual programming, and then came all the drag and drop shit. Fuck you. So I got in at the ass end of the game. My dad, on the other hand, he got in at the very beginning when programming was invented, basically. And he could pick up a new language in 2 weeks. I would see him go to the store, come home with the book, and then 2 weeks later, he's taking a contract doing it. Yeah, I got 2 weeks to learn this. What's that, J+? Oh, C. Okay. Huh. Where when you learn fucking C++, C++. Q basic, V basic. Oh yeah. Who remembers Q basic? That's some old shit right there. You better be using an old CAD system, like working on a derrick or something. I'm glad Neville's here because he's probably the only one that could possibly laugh at that joke. Anyways. So, I was by no means a gifted programmer. I found it tedious from the beginning. I was put on my career path to naval intelligence, and was kind of forcing myself to do it while working my 2 little jobs. And I kind of felt like insecure in my job at Bromart, but I didn't feel secure enough at PC Innovations to like give up Bromart. And it was one of the ways I was trying to make my job at Bromart more secure, was coming up with this, let me show them all the stuff that I can do now while I'm like learning how to program and everything. Yeah, Lacey's lost. So basically, a sub-applet is kind of like your apps that you have now, okay? Only it would be one of them little programs that opens up on a website, kind of like your shopping cart would do, but back in the day they would load up in their own little table. And it was a very tricky thing, getting your form sets separate and tabled out correctly, getting everything to show up on the screens correctly by coding in Notepad. Whereas now, the compiler and the programmer are one. And it's basically you're just selecting things and they're compiling right there in front of you. And compiling means like when it actually turns into the program from the code, We used to have to fucking put it into a compiler and then wait for the bar to go across the screen. Like, various times, up to 45 minutes. And then you could check and see if you fucked up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No like preview, nothing. No. Compile. Find some Tylenol, coffee, Jolt Cola, and a Snickers. Yeah, it's all about the Jolt Cola back then. But anyways, dude, look. Show me a problem right now and I'll invent something. Okay? And if I think of something that's worth too much money to tell you, I'll invent something that's worth less money just to tell you. That's how good of an inventor I am. Okay? I will completely revolutionize, if funded, on just one of these projects. I will completely revolutionize personal computing and communications. And, oh, the commercials I have fully scripted commercials for this entire series of products just to introduce it. Oh, there's unlimited actual individual commercials that need to be made. I didn't write all those. I wrote 5 different, I think, at least 3 for this one product. 3 different specific product launch commercials, varying different types of commercials that will make you fucking drool. Okay? And there is no Google phone, there is no iPhone, there is no Motorola. Even that Motorola made me feel better that they're kind of having something on the outside of it. Just, people are still willing to experiment. That was promising. But mine doesn't even look as funky as that shit does. But my device does everything. Everything. Everything you've ever complained about with a phone, solved. Everything you've complained about with the work computer, solved. Well, not everything with the work computer, because it's a work computer. But when you get asked for something and you have trouble logging in and even getting started and finding your files and shit, that's unacceptable. That's just... These devices are supposed to improve productivity. Yes. That's that's like fucking having like easily losable keys to a file cabinet, basically. It's stupid. So everybody, we're all thinking we got this great advantage, and we've all got easily losable keys to a file cabinet, is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to make the fucking keys easier to find. Among so many other things that I just can't describe because I'm not giving away my product. But I got the real estate venture that could easily ROI somebody within 3 years and then get them their investment back every year after that until we run out of flooded properties. And that's my most tangible, like, you don't have to believe me, you just have to, like, do the math. There's a fucking $14,000 property over there. I'm gonna make a building that floats. You can fucking find for yourself, there are buildings that floats. So you don't have to be like, with 30 years of remodeling and real estate experience growing up in, you know, a family of people with fucking just arrogant levels of pride in their IQs and intellectual prowess like I did. Maybe my drawings, the detailed ones, where I can say, you know, make a wooden skyscraper that doesn't get blown over or shattered by an earthquake. Maybe they're worth looking at before you decide that you don't want somebody to send you millions of dollars for the rest of your life. I know looking at a picture is hard, but for millions of dollars for the rest of your life, could someone come look at the fucking pictures? Jesus fucking Christ. I'm tired of living in this shithole. Okay? I've been working 90 hours a week on this shit. That's why it's so fucking good. Can you tell I've been fighting with my wife about this crap all day? Because we're fucking poor and I can't do anything about it. My license is expired. My insurance is expired. I can't fucking do anything now. And I don't even get told that she didn't fucking pay rent. Told. We could have gone to the fucking loan place. I got plenty of credit with them. We're paid down from a $5,000 loan. Okay? We could just go up our amount. Get a license. With that kind of drive, knowing my rent isn't paid, I'm pretty goddamn sure I can go into a used car lot and say, come here, I'm going to sell you one of your own cars. If I do, you give me a job. See, this drive right here. See, I just take this and walk right into the fucking dealership with it. And there's just, you know, them little shitty country lots. I would at least, my angle would be my objective there. I would be trying to find people the good car on the lot. Because I can hear what's wrong with the car. Yeah, let's go look for Hondas. That's why I will decide which lot I want to work for. I'll just go and see which one has the most Hondas. I'll go work there. I can't look anything squarely and bullshit. I can't. Like, I have to believe in something to look at somebody and then tell them something. I have to, like, surely believe in it. Like, I can't just say, like, oh, send me lots of money and there'll be rabbits flying out of your ass, you know? I've seen those guys at car lots. Oh, yes, definitely at car lots. With the gelled hair and the fucking tan and the cologne. Oh, God, the cologne. Always with the cologne. I just look a motherfucker right in the face. And all I can think is, how do you bullshit somebody like that? Like, I know if I even thought for a second about bullshitting somebody like that, I would have like my eyebrow twitching. Like, uh, but no, okay, look. See if I'm lying. See if I'm lying. See if you think for a second that I'm fucking lying. Okay? I have almost as good a name for my product as Fix a Flat. That doesn't sound anything like Fix a Flat. That also helps me brand the entire series of products. And the main difference between the name for my product and Fix a Flat is that the name of the product kind of describes how it works instead of just saying what it does. But as far as name brand cohesion and relevance to where somebody would basically call this product like a Kleenex, that's the level that it's at. Okay, if anybody were to make a similar or generic product, mechanics would refer to it as this name that I've branded, because there's no more shorthand descriptive term for this thing. Need I say more? Oh, fuck. Still didn't give it away. I'll give you an intentionally misleading, let's call it fancy foam. Yeah, I just think I'm going to put foam in a tire and it's going to work. Nothing like that at all. No. So far from that I would be better off just saying, I just magically fixed the tire. No, I'm gonna shut up now before I wind up fucking accidentally explaining it. Yeah, it's magic. It's fucking magic. No. It's better than magic. It's marketing. It's plain and simple. This works on bullet holes on 18-wheelers. Okay, I got one for that. You got your regular car, got one for that. Got any kind of damage that Fix a Flat won't fix, short of the entire tire just shredding to shit, I got one for that. You want one that can actually handle it in like a military situation when the tire is borderline shredded? With a little prototyping and testing, I'll probably have one for that. And see, just explaining the options, I feel like I'm risking giving away a narrowing down reverse engineering possibility of what I have. You know, so like, I was like, I'm gonna die of a heart attack before anybody fucking gets this shit, and like nobody's gonna make any money. Millions of dollars. Notebooks. Why don't I have them on a printed piece of paper ready to email people to get investors? Have you heard of the Russians? Fuck's sake. I can show you a bunch of shit that they've been stealing from me. So I basically put those things out there to see how long it would take for them to steal those things. It's not just a matter of, oh, I think I invented this before they came out with. No, I've been way beyond that for years. I haven't announced it on here. Here. Let me give you something. Just to check and see if they were fucking listening. I don't know if it's the Chinese or the Russians, but the fucking old Communist Party and the fucking new Russian Mafia are all the same damn shit, and they always have been. It's called the Horde. But I know more about the whole fucking world. I was able to call a Russian attack on this country. I know all this shit. But you think I'm bluffing with a spare tire? Think I'm bluffing with the way my buildings float? Think I'm bluffing with my computer device? Bullshit. There's a whole bunch of demons who'd make you love to think so. Who'd make it all too easy for you to rationalize fear on that account. Those are the same demons trying to destroy the world that I'm trying to save. Einstein was a moron. Heisenberg, smart fucker. Like general relativity. Plagiarized amalgamation. From a wife beater who didn't know what a comb was. There's just so many ways I'm in kiss my ass mode right now. I don't know if y'all can tell. I had to play fucking Violent Femmes. Kiss off. Let's see. I'm. Let me just thank everybody for letting me vent. Okay. Yeah. I don't talk to customers and prospects this way. And I guess thank you to the Russians for suppressing my broadcast so that none of them ever see this. Do me a favor, dumbasses. Like, it's kind of a favor and a non-favor. Like, I'll adapt either way. It's just that simple. Fuck y'all people wasting your time for. You're just basically damning your own souls, digging your own graves, and inadvertently, if I'm wrong about that, you're destroying the planet and damning your own souls and digging your own graves eventually anyways. Anybody know of a major name brand, or of somebody with an invention that can become a major name brand, or multiple major name brands that is committed to using all of those name brands to making the world a better place with full understanding of everything wrong with it? Oruakashi Suruna. Never underestimate me. Whoa. Zo. Japanese. also what I refer to as the common tongue. It's the bits of Japanese that stand out to me because they resemble Proto-Gaelic, or what we've identified as being apparently part of Basque, at least. And just to reiterate once again, I fucking tell the story twice today. Um, when I was a young warthog, no, when we were first discussing this on the channel, when I first brought up how a couple of years before I had the channel, I had spoken without filtering this ancient language that kind of just comes and goes on me, and I wrote down the exact sounds and then looked it up, and it was Basque. And then we talked about that when Mr. Conway, this is when he was first on the channel, was helping educate me on where the Basque were, who they were now, how they actually relate to, you know, the Celtic Empire, basically. And then the Catalan revolt flared up. Just out of nowhere, the Basque independence movement started. Not started, but got a new head of steam. You know what I mean? In a very non-productive way that basically just led to a huge crackdown and a massive decline for Spain itself. But, you know, such is the war between heaven and hell. You just got to understand that that's what you're witnessing right now, no matter what you were taught to imagine it when you were a child. Got some magical fuckers floating around with wings on their back. Humans don't have feathers. I just wanted to point that out, just in case, like, anybody was watching a movie and thought that's real. No. If you want to fly, turn into a bird. You want to know why? Because that makes more sense than people with feathers. You know how to turn into a bird? Die. Turn into a bird. I'll probably try to talk you out of it. I try to talk most people out of the shit they think that they can endure in their lives. Everybody always winds up blaming me for what they go through, but they sign up for it. And I say, are you sure? And you can kind of tell whether or not they're going to make it. The ones who aren't going to make it look me dead in the eye and say, yes, sir, I can do this. The ones who are going to make it, yeah, fuck it, why not? I'm gonna be a bird. Let's do this. Man, my fucking feathers, bro. Can I ask you something? What do I do when I get poo on my feathers? I better watch myself. Larry the Cable Guy is going to want to get reincarnated as a bird just to ask me that question. I'm giving people ideas and shit. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Sorry for being Jesus. Sorry for that fucking being the only word you're left with that's remotely coherent, but only, oh, so remotely. I might as well be saying, I'm Mary. Or cheese. I'm Cheese Mary. Or I could translate, and then I would sound like Popeye. I am. Anyways. You know, Cheese Mary would be kind of a good name for like a band. Like a retro punk. With like a self-titled album and song. This is Cheese Mary by Cheese Mary on our Cheese Mary album. Cheese Mary. Cheese Mary in the night. Okay, you know how it's coming. They call her Cheese Mary. She's so cheesy. Cheese Mary. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. And then somebody thinks that it's logical for a second because of the tendency for escapist rationalization. That because someone is creative, that proves that they're not creative. No, dearie, actually, you can't have it any other way. Duh. But good try. See, the difference between somebody who's creative and someone who's a liar is having a conscience. Oh. And if you're having trouble with your conscience, I recommend milk and cookies. Damn it, I just burped right after I put the cookie in my mouth. Now the cookie, like, tastes like burp smell or something. I don't know. Trying to stave off his headache. All I've had to eat today was a sausage biscuit. Oh, yeah. So, anyway. Back to the whole thing on little weird things going wrong with your cell phones and all kinds of shit, making it feel like the CIA's fucking you over while consuming Russian propaganda and it actually being Russians hacking you to make you think, to reinforce their propaganda, to make you think that it's the CIA. Neville, you still there? $500,000 head of cattle killed in Queensland by flooding. Anybody ready for me to bring them money? Yeah. And about $20 million worth of cattle. At 200 a head. my my low income area housing, as well as my modular expandable barns, that include um, outside raceways, that float, that are floatable, giant risable singular box structures not built on the vertical load engineered principle. I've got basically a way to filter the flood water without a pump in a never-ending trough format, to where, you know, I mean, it can be done scalable. I've got it centralized in the little horse barns that I've been drawing, but it can be done road, so it can be accessible by a larger group of cattle. No pump required, you know, so no electricity required. I mean, what are you gonna do when it fucking floods in Queensland too? That's like a Texas flood. You gonna move your cattle into your barn that doesn't float? Yeah, in case you want to just like mash them all up in the chuck in the corner, save on the processing. It's horrible. I buy my wife a vertical organizer for papers. For that shit right there. Look at that stack. The vertical organizer is over there behind, I don't know, whoever has been piling up on that fucking table. I don't know what's in it. I think like a CD case and some other shit. I don't know. And there's just a basket of prescription fucking pens and random shit, just a basket. And all the papers just get stacked up on top of it. until they fall over back behind the table. And then our insurance lapses. Not that we have the fucking money to pay it anyway. Oh yeah, so fun working 90 hours a week and not getting paid for it. That's my new bitra for the day. That's my new word for the day that I just made up. A bitra. It's like a mantra, only it's something you keep saying because you're pissed off about it. I figured out a new way of expressing just how much this sucks. It's a bitra. My new bitra. Yep, I work 90 hours a week without getting fucking paid. Oh. Neville, you want to see some pretty house designs? I got my fucking notebook back. Think unplug the damn thing. Category 5 Beach Estate. This is where you sit and say, storm? What storm? And then the storm surge comes and it starts to float and you're like, oh, that storm. Okay. Yeah, this is I mean, it's got a look to it, I think. Just a look to it, doesn't it? Like, don't you want to own that? Just an indulgible entryway. Dining room, kitchen, living room, 2 giant master suites. And yes, that's all tub back there. Well, come on, you fucker. Yeah, whatever. Oh, sheds, barns, sheds, barns. Two-bedroom houseboat. Shoddily drawn just for the basics of the design, but and the 4-bedroom. I should have used PR. Looks like there's a little tiny emergency room there. No, that's engine room. kitchen, dining areas. Food storage. Private decks for each bedroom. And designed to upright itself if toppled over. What a concept. If you're going to cram a bunch of fucking people in a boat, how about you not put their lives in jeopardy? Just a little concept I thought of. Fucking morons. This one operates on a sort of a combined propulsion conduit principle. They can also serve as lateral thrust and maneuvering thrust. So basically these propellers go into a conduit to provide increased forward thrust, but then can maneuver independently. Which, speaking of giving away inventions, I'm pretty sure that's not an existing applied use of technology, so you're welcome, fucking whoever. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I'm showing ones that I've already shown, but like I don't know if you got a chance to see them. That is a 3-bedroom plus a guest bedroom, so 3 or 4 bedroom. Estate style. Yep, you like that? Three-car garage back there. Workout room, multi-head stand-up shower, storage warehouse, 8-foot wide connecting hallways, kids bedroom, master bedroom. How is it? Wonderful. I haven't even had a chance to think about any other context of how fucked we are right now. It's just another day that I don't have a deal done, and then, oh God, everything is just collapsing. Yeah, appreciate it. Have a good day at work. Try to at least. Gotta try your luck. Huh? Anyways. So I sent my value-added follow-up today. Didn't hear anything back, but I wasn't expecting to. Again, well, lots of shit going on. He just said he wanted to leave. He wanted to get with me before he left town. So, what's today? Wednesday. Gives me 2 more days. I literally have technologies that people have been needing, that people have had just disasters without. Including unnecessary disease outbreaks. Yep, unnecessary. I have products so good that it could be like one of them things that the government requires at certain instances, locations. And no, I can't fucking describe them to you. All I can do is tell you how marketable they are, because I'm just trying to express exactly how much money they're worth investing into. And I'm not a fucking spokesperson for a patent lawyer, so I'm not sitting here asking for somebody to put a bunch of money into a patent lawyer for my benefit. Oh, fucking. Anyway. So I know once this guy sees the fucking thing, you take my word for it when I'm sitting there afraid to fucking send a description or a picture on a text. I'm afraid. You understand exactly why I'm having problems finding investors? I'm afraid to send a photo or too detailed of a description via text messages. Why am I afraid? Because I have good fucking reason to be. I am the very model of a modern major general. Just stop fucking smoking cigarettes. No, no. No, I need to smoke more cigarettes. That way I can just, fast forward to the inevitable. Fuck it. Doesn't matter what I do, how hard I try, how accurately I predict and analyze things, how much I demonstrate my ability to run a business. Nope. Because I want to save the world, and nobody believes in demons anymore, let alone how to fight them. So they have a phobia of people who want to save the world, and they don't know why. Oh, but people who think they invented the drain or the trash collector or the surface skimmer, they get funding grants. I'm talking about combining a bunch of much better inventions into an entire business model that can provide jobs and incentivize entire communities to clean up the environment. Not just like, here's this thing, it does that. Somebody please give me money. No, I need a little bit of money to make somebody else a whole bunch of money, so I can make a whole bunch of money, so I can get this shit done. Don't need anybody's fucking money. I need somebody to make a choice. The choice is, do you want me to be able to have someone sending you money for the rest of your life? Whether it's my fucking company or whoever I sell a patent to or whatever. I'm offering anybody you guys know, anybody we can fucking come up with, that has $480,000 in leverageable equity. And they're guaranteed to be getting that back within 3 years and be receiving $451,000 on top of that, likely by the third or the third and a half year, at the very latest by year 4, and that or a greater amount, likely to be 3 times greater per year after that. So, around the $1.4 million a year range. I need at least $420,000 to get started, $480,000 to expedite. Because that gives me another team leader. And in this business plan, the team leaders buy prototypes. The buildings themselves are going to go from the name of the company into the name of the team leaders, therefore liquefying the company and allowing that money to be reinvested into the flipping project, which is taking the completed product, completed by the construction of those now sold prototypes, and applying it to the market. Taking a total of 26 different properties ranging in price from $9,000 to $16,000, most of them being either $12,000 or $14,000. Several of them being those two prices. Investing 34 or 38, excuse me, to $72,000 into each property, and then selling them at their previous market value of $150,000. Do the math on that, and tell me why this could not work. Think I don't know how to make something float? I wonder about other people's ability to gauge IQs. Oh, shit. Why do I have to be tired? I'm not bitching. I'm not done bitching, and I still got work to do. Because I gotta find at least 2 more backup plans. I've got 5 different investors written down that I'm working all at once. Well, 4 in an actual company. But I'm about to look into just individualizing patents. I'd hate to give up a plan that could create jobs for Zachary. I have to call the damn mayor and be like, look, I need this much money to develop these patents in a way that creates jobs for Zachary, or I'm going to start looking for an investor to buy these patents from me. And then, they can sell them to fucking China or whatever. I'm tired of being poor. I'm tired of being worth more than everybody and poorer than them. Fuck. I know that sounds shitty, but, I look around and I don't see a whole bunch of people just fucking inventing crap like I am. I don't see a whole bunch of people warning about the Russians. I don't see a whole bunch of people warning about the fucking decay of America in an actual sense that, isn't just, oh, video games are bad here on Fox News. I'm tired of enduring this shit. Tired of feeling like a prisoner in my own home. I mean, I'm glad I have a home finally, but, fuck. Probably find an investor quicker if I was homeless. Ah, fuck. Now I'm just starting to work in my head. Going over shit that I can't even talk about. This is too much stress. So who's still here? I think I'm about to crash. So yeah, let me fucking tell the story. Back when, in 2002, when I was really into the 9/11 shit and all kinds of other shit, when a lot of people were. When the internet was. It's funny, I almost want to say I remember like YouTube being around back then, but like it's supposed to have been 2005, and I remember it in 2005. Going to phone. I thought there was like a YouTube like thing before that. It might have just been the different sites. But anyways, the internet just worked differently then. It wasn't so consolidated. But I was, I had my little news list, and I had just had another bout of homelessness after rooming with the War on War guy, and I was just kind of keeping track of shit and giving my opinions and analysis on it. And I was very paranoid of the government, very propagandized by Russia. I didn't know it at the time. And this was back when you had paper bills and people would call you if you were going to have something shut off, you know. And I would have something shut off and nobody would ever call. And then I'd call them and then find out that my account information, when they had read it to me, okay, we can verify that you live at blah, 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 and your phone numbers, and something would be changed. I'm like, wait, no, that's not my account information. Well, no wonder the fucking shit got turned off. He didn't even send me my bill or something like that. No disconnect notice, no bill, something like that would happen every single month to one account only. Happened to my Discover card, happened to the cable company, happened to the power company, happened to the water company, happened in Bell South. Phone number with Discover card and the power company, and my billing address got changed with the water company. The phone company, the cable company had the wrong phone number.
Billing address got changed with the water company. And the power company. And the phone company had my wrong address altogether. Just by the numbers, too. Right street, right everything else. Just a couple of digits changed. So I was living on David Drive. In a tax lien house. Basically an abandoned house, but not quite. The backyard sure looked like it, though. I thought the CIA was fucking with me. I thought that was the RICO Act shit.
Where they can fuck with you back, basically. I thought the CIA, the Bush administration, was trying to keep political activists down. Little did I know, the Russians were trying to make me paranoid of my own government. See, it's just so much more cost effective the other way around. It makes so much more sense the other way around. Anyway. So, I guess that's all. I'm starting to get fucking
Weird pains in my head from being awake and stressed out too long. Let me just say this about my inventions. There's a lot of ways to make a lot of different nice things. There's a lot of different ways to make things cheaply. But I like to find ways to make nice things cheaply. So, I never think I have a product unless similar products are either completely inferior in every way, or I can make something nicer and cheaper. It's just that simple. So, I need some investors so I can, make them rich. Like, really fucking rich. I don't understand, like, that. I thought that's what investors wanted, was to be really rich, you know? Not have to do anything, just, like, collect money. I'm just trying to find somebody who wants to collect money. Just believe me, I got, at least 2 things that are just single page here that can collect money. If I wanted to. I would pay. $2 to $6 million for those 2 pages, respectively. 2.8. Not quite 3 for the other one. Because disease prevention isn't that sexy. But passive lobbying away from government mandating when you have something that can basically mitigate a fucking outbreak. Anyways. That's the one invention that it might just come to me giving it away. That's a 26 to 48, possibly 52 or $3 million a year revenue series of products. Kitchen, bathroom, hospital, restaurant. Big market. Again, whenever somebody's ready to collect god-awful amounts of money, like say if the government of New Zealand would like to double their GDP or something like that, you know, yeah, I'm going to sleep. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for chatting.